Batman's got kryptonite and a Iron Man type suit, and he wins the fight. He's about to kill him, but then he hears Martha.
What does that mean?
Wait, what did you just say?
Why did you say that name?
Me? You?
Your mom has the same name as my mom? This changes everything. Come here, buddy.
Martha won't die tonight.
Come here, buddy.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Oh, my mom's name was Martha, too.
I had a total change of heart. The whole film, I'm trying to destroy you.
I have thought you were a disgusting alien, too powerful for anything, destroyed Metropolis and the Wayne building over there. All my employees died because of your stupid fight. But your mom was named Martha? Let's go get a sandwich.
Hello, and welcome to the Outtakes podcast. I'm Matt.
And I'm Dan.
And we're talking about...
Not a bird. Not a plane. Superman.
What do you feel like, Dan, when you hear that song?
I feel like a little kid in Superman pajamas running around the house pretending I can fly.
Dangerously so.
I felt like wearing my Superman tie.
That's my boy. Who got it for you?
Probably my Uncle Gary.
Yeah, I think it was your Uncle Gary.
My Uncle Gary's also the guy that introduced me to Superman in the first place. He's the one that took me to the theaters to see my first movie, Superman 4.
Superman.
Let's hear your Superman origin story, Dan.
My mom was a very young mother.
I was born a poor black child.
Both my parents were very young. My Uncle Gary would hang out with me a lot and do cool shit. Bring me to a show of Thundercats Live.
I don't know what Thundercats are.
What? You never watched Thundercats? Anyway, he took me to my first movie in the theaters. Superman 4 had just come out, and he's like, oh, my nephew would love Superman. He doesn't even know what it is, but I know he's going to love it.
I can show you the world.
So he took me, bought me a bunch of snacks, and I was blown away.
Explosive. West Coast ship.
And I know you think Superman 4 is not good, and it's probably not, but being that that was my first experience of cinema magic, watching Superman fly around the screen, oh man, I thought it was the best movie ever.
The blue, the red. The primary colors are just popping. That blue is so sexy. And by sexy, I mean fuck. Christopher Reeve's beautiful blue eyes, his jawline, his hair, coiffed, just so.
Yes, coiffed, yes.
Coiffed. Coiffed?
No, coiffed.
Why don't they spell it Quack?
Because that's quack.
Quack, quack,
What?
quack, quack.
I would like my hair to be coiffed.
If it was supposed to be coiffed, why don't they spell it like quack?
Quack, 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 quack. Mr. Ducksworth.
What are you talking about?
They should spell it coiffed. It's coiffed?
Coiffed.
I think it's coiffed. All right. Well, that's very French of you, you French-Canadian bastard.
Listen, I hate to get off on a tangent and correct your grammar like that, because I know people get annoyed when people correct grammar, but...
That's all right. I'd rather you do it than the internet. Actually, internet, you can do it. I want it. I need it. Feed me. What year was this that you saw this film?
I don't know, 1980 something.
Idiot.
Whenever Superman 4 came out.
What about it made you so happy?
First of all, Superman's just cool with his super strength, invincibility. He could fly. I also thought the cool part about it was, you know, that's the one where Lex Luthor creates a super being to fight Superman. And he wore black.
You know what it is.
Black and gold.
Black and yellow, black and yellow.
There was like Superman, and then there was like the anti-Superman matching his powers. They could both fly. The guy had weird long nails he could scratch Superman's skin with that were electric. And I think the guy kind of had a blonde mullet-ish haircut, which is why I hated Dolph Lundgren in Masters of the Universe so much. I'm like, you look like a bad guy.
That was Nuclear Man. His name was Nuclear Man.
That's right, yes.
He used Superman's genetics, his DNA.
I got royalty inside my DNA.
Was DNA invented by that point? How did Lex Luthor create this?
I think he used some of his hair he somehow got or something like that.
Thanks for doing the research, Dan. God.
Yeah, no problem. Pretty sure it was some super hair.
Super hair. Yeah, I think you're right. Do you remember what his voice sounded like?
I remember he didn't really talk. He just kind of roared. It's one of those situations where you make a clone and then he just fully grows up. He hasn't learned anything. He's like a full-grown baby.
Research that I did said that Nuclear Man's voice was dubbed to be Gene Hackman's voice. Is that right?
I remember the growling type of stuff, but I think he probably had like one or two lines, you know, but it was like an altered Gene Hackman's voice.
And so they dubbed it. Although none of Lex's genetics went into the mix at all, this didn't stop Nuclear Man from having his creator's voice. In addition to the dub, audiences also noticed something uncomfortable about Nuclear Man's face whenever he spoke. This may be due to the bizarre way in which the lines were dubbed. That does not make it a bad movie. It makes it a good movie. I am a film czar. I am a film snob.
You're a film connoisseur.
I'm a film connoisseur. I'm a film coif. I'm a film coitus.
So, yeah, how about your Superman initiation?
It came out in 1978. I believe that I was not born yet,
I believe that's true.
but I could hear the siren call of Superman even as a young child. I think I was destined for greatness, the greatness of this conversation. There was a little channel I like to call WPIX, Channel 11.
Channel 11 Saturday afternoon. We'll return after these messages.
Mm-hmm.
Channel 11 be running movies on Saturday and Sunday nights and during the day, too.
So they were just running movies.
They were running movies. They would play movies that were second-rate movies that I probably would never watch today because I'm a movie coitus connoisseur. But back then, I watched whatever was on.
That's what we all did back then.
We were just gluttons for whatever content was out there.
You know how many times I watched the Ron Popeil rotisserie infomercial?
Just
Set it and forget it.
it's as simple as that, folks.
Hey, reach out to us if you need some advertising, Ron.
Ron Popeil,
Yeah, Ron Popeil, if you need us.
the founder of Ronco,
I'm your host, Ron Popeil.
He sounds evil.
the home rotisserie.
Get one. In between the Ronco ads and Rocky reruns, Superman was on WPIX often. I don't remember what Superman I watched first. I wish I had a movie experience like you.
Yeah, you know, after my theater experience, my uncle also bought me VHS tapes of the old Superman cartoons from like the 40s.
It's Superman.
Yep.
And I would watch that over and over again.
The dialogue was kind of muffly, right?
Yeah. Faster than a speeding bullet, able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's Superman.
I tried to get my hands on any Superman content that you didn't have to read because I couldn't read. And then Superman 2 bled into Superman 1 because they were filmed as one movie, as everybody knows. If you don't know that, you're an idiot.
Idiot.
I don't want you listening. But I was looking for that TV show with George Reeve.
Well, I can't wait for the police. I have an appointment date. Excuse me.
Oh, yeah, I would watch that when I could. That was one of those Nick at Night things. Isn't it so funny? George Reeve and then Christopher Reeves.
It's not only funny, it's pathetic that they couldn't keep their shit together. Bad genetics, because bad genetics inform bad decision-making.
I also remember the I Love Lucy episode where George Reeve came as Superman.
Tell me.
Yeah, there was an I Love Lucy episode. George Reeve came in his Superman outfit, I think for like a birthday party or something like that.
Oh, boy, am I glad to see you.
I barely remember it, but I remember he like climbed out onto the ledge of the building so that he could like appear in the window.
Lucy?
Check that out, folks. It's a good one. It's a goodie. Did Lucy's son, Ricky Jr., just go nuts for it?
Yeah, he was very happy.
I'm a real boy.
Oh my God, it's really Superman, Mom. Hand me the gun. I want to see a bullet bounce off him.
Are you Cuban?
When you're facing a loaded gun, what's the difference?
My Superman memories come from my grandmother's den, which had a maroon-colored carpet and nice lighting, nice dark lighting. And my grandmother would serve me meals on a tray like a king.
King of the Britons. My liege.
And I would watch movie marathons often where they would have Superman 1, Superman 2, Superman 3 with Richard Pryor. What was your opinion on that?
As crazy as Superman 4 is to you with Nuclear Man and all that stuff, Superman 3 is the worst one. Yeah.
I think you're right. Yeah, Superman 3 had that plot. And I only remember this because of the movie Office Space. The plot to Superman 3 was to take sense out of everybody's bank accounts. He had like a supercomputer.
Yeah, he was like some kind of genius programmer skimming little bits of money so that people wouldn't really notice. But
Superman noticed.
Superman's like, you're using this for crack?
I fell in love with this pipe.
How much crack do you think that Richard Pryor was smoking on the set of Superman 3?
This pipe controlled my very being.
Was this pre-fire or was this post-fire where he got his skin burned off?
I think it was post.
Yeah, he was a little slower. Richard Pryor, as a film actor, I don't think his electric comedic energy ever quite translated onto the screen. So Superman 3 was not successful.
Yeah, brilliant stand-up comedian. And then didn't quite come across as it should have. I feel like the same kind of goes for Chris Rock.
Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Agree. He's great as an animated voice. I first learned of Chris Rock from the Nike commercial Little Penny. Do you remember Little Penny?
Well, I guess Spike Lee wasn't available.
Puppet.
You know, I must say, though, I always thought Christopher Reeve looked a little puny.
When I started, I was a string bean, and Superman's not a string bean.
He was.
Yeah, he was a little bit of a string bean.
It wasn't like the bulbous muscles of Arnold or Sly.
The greatest feeling you can get in a gym is the pump.
And it's always great to watch his audition tape because he's in his Superman outfit.
It's as satisfying to me as Coming is.
Imagine being this Juilliard actor. You're testing for Superman and you have to wear the tights. And he had huge sweat stains under his Superman costume. And he's delivering these lines pitch perfect.
Good evening, Miss Lane. Thanks anyway. I wouldn't do that, Lois. That's against the law. I never lie.
He's perfect as Superman, but he's just got these huge sweat stains. Really puts a blemish on things. His dad was a curmudgeon. He could never do right by. He actually caused his crippling.
Canceled.
If you can believe it. His dad was the horse. Damn Winnie. I'm not going to do any Christopher Reeves jokes because that makes me sad when I do that. Sorry, Chris.
Yeah, dude, that's really in poor taste.
Bro!
Matt, you know what the hardest part of a vegetable is to eat?
What?
The wheelchair.
Bada bing!
It's not a joke. It's just a terrible thing to say.
Christopher Reeve's dad was so proud when he found out that he was going to be in Superman. And then he found out that it wasn't highfalutin Nietzsche off-Broadway play. It was a comics. And he was like, that's pathetic. And he killed Christopher Reeve's confidence.
Papa!
I sent you to Juilliard and you're going to prance around in blue tights pretending you're going to fly like a cartoon pansy?
Whack! Got him. Christopher Reeve took this role very seriously. He inhabited the role. Let's go to the first movie. You will believe that a man can fly. And boy, was he right.
I believed it.
I think the movie still holds up today. Agree or disagree?
I agree.
I mean, what's your favorite Superman?
Yeah, probably Superman 1. And Gene Hackman just brilliant as Lex Luthor.
It bothered me that he didn't have a bald head throughout the whole film.
He's the only actor that can get away with that as Lex Luthor.
Do you think that he just told Richard Donner and the producers, the Salskines, those German bastards, I'm not doing it.
Not gonna do it.
Gene Hackman, incredible. Christopher Reeve.
Incredible.
The score.
Score, amazing. Evokes a lot of emotion, you know? Makes you feel things.
Sometimes I would drive my son and his friends around when they were little, and I would put on the Superman soundtrack. I would start driving, and the music would start to build. We're gonna start flying down, 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 down. We're flying in the car seats, and they feel like we're in a flying car.
That's awesome.
The music levitated us. Gives me a tingle. Whew.
Me too.
Oh. Guys, is it flying time? It's flying time. Let's roll. Where we're going, we won't need roads.
Much like Star Wars, Superman is very similar in my mind because I had to live off of those movies and nothing else for a really long time. Let me watch it again. And nobody was making any more Superman stuff until there was like, you know, the Superman cartoon.
Would never get the satisfaction from animated stuff that I would from like live action. They just didn't do it for me the same way. Lois and Clark.
Oh, yeah, you know what? But Lois and Clark, I watched it religiously every time a new episode came on TV.
That was legit. They had the guy from the Mighty Ducks as Perry White.
Perry White, editor of the Daily Planet.
You know what else I liked about it? Lois Lane was hot.
All right, thanks.
She was banging.
Are you having an illicit affair with Lois Lane?
Terry Hatcher was banging. Dark hair, dark eyes. Loved it. She was a smoking. I know you're going to diss her, but I did love Margot Kidder as Lois Lane in the original film.
That's Clark, nice.
She was good, but I always was like a little put off by her voice was so raspy.
Clark!
Hey, Superman! Clark, I think you're Superman!
I'm Estelle!
Can I bum a cigarette off of you, Clark?
Don't tell me lung cancer, right?
She looked like she was well-traveled. Clark, you were not her first.
Here I am.
Okay.
Oh, I was going to ask, by well-traveled, do you mean just a lot of miles?
A lot of miles on the road. She's seen a lot of stuff. She's traveled the world. She's a hard-nosed reporter. We all know to be a reporter, you have to develop sources and you need to have a certain amount of spycraft, let's just say.
She was a very good Lois Lane, but that was always something that kind of irked me a little bit. Oh, I love you, Clark.
How weird was it when they flew? She's flying with him. She has inner monologue. I guess Superman can hear what she's thinking as they're flying. Can you hear my thoughts? If you do, I'm getting wet.
Like a little girl shivering.
Oops.
Canceled.
But that's what they're insinuating.
That was like a whole new world.
A whole new world.
I loved how they were flying together, and she's like, "Oh, I love flying," and he's like, "Oh, really? I'll let go."
Man, this guy is really powerful. He could do some damage.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched The Boys?
I think I've seen the first episode. Haven't gone beyond that.
There's a Superman type character in it, but he's bad. He's ill-intentioned. He's absolutely terrifying. He has the Superman power, but
he wasn't raised in Kansas by a couple farmers.
He's immensely insecure. Nothing worse than an insecure Superman.
I'm stronger. I'm smarter. I'm better.
Because if you're an insecure Superman, then what's going to happen?
That's a recipe for disaster.
I'm not some weak-kneed fucking crybaby that goes around fucking apologizing all the time.
It is a recipe for a disaster. If you're insecure Superman, how are you satiated?
You people should be thanking Christ that I am who and what I am because you need me. You need me to save you. You're not the real heroes.
You have Lois Lane. She's slept with so many different men, treats you like garbage, and mocks you as your true self, as your Clark Kent self.
It's interesting to think about, though, but Superman having sex.
I was thinking this, yes.
I mean, how much is he holding back from how much he actually wants to thrust? I'll kill you otherwise.
Hey, listen, I understand it. That's just a typical Tuesday for me, Dan.
Yoshi.
Typical Tuesday, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. On Sunday, I rest.
Spaghetti. Ravioli. Princess Peach.
Have they spoken about Superman's prowess in the sack? Other than Superman Returns, where he had a kid, where he cuckolded James Marsden? What if he can't perform because he's so worried, he's so in his head all the time that he just has a lot of trouble? What would you consider some of the weaker parts of the films?
Superman 2 with General Zod, correct? I remember him fighting them in the Fortress of Solitude, grabbing his Superman symbol and ripping off a cellophane copy of it and throwing it at them as like it's a net. And I'm like, the fuck is that?
What power is that?
You tug at an emblem on your shirt and then you got a big fruit roll-up version of it and then you throw it at the guy? Who thought of that one?
That was a strange power.
Yeah.
What would you call that power? Holographic S's? Marlon Brando, he was a big get for the Superman movie. There were a lot of people connected to Superman. One of the producers wanted Sylvester Stallone for Superman. Can you believe that? Hilarious.
Yeah, I can.
Just because he's got muscles, huh?
Yeah, I mean, listen, if we were introduced to Superman as Sly Stallone instead of Christopher Reeve, then if you said somebody like Christopher Reeve almost played Superman, you'd be like, are you kidding me?
Hey, we'd all be talking like this. Hey, Adrian. Dustin Hoffman, Burt Reynolds, Clint Eastwood, Nick Nolte, and yes, even Bruce Jenner tested for Superman.
Master Bruce.
But Superman's father was played by the great Marlon Brando.
Marlon Brando, yes.
This was a man.
I can guarantee you, we never saw a movie with him until other than Superman. What other movies would you have seen Marlon Brando in?
Someday, and that day may never come, I'll call upon you to do a service for me.
Oh, I didn't see him in anything till, I don't know, I was like 13, 14 maybe.
Good.
Yeah, maybe The Island of Dr. Moreau.
Yeah.
When he was a fat slob. I think on WPX, there was The Freshman with Marlon Brando. He riffed on his Godfather character. I only knew Brando from the Superman movies. It's a bit of a slog, the beginning parts of Superman.
Guilty.
When he's on Krypton. And Christopher Reeve has famously talked shit about how Marlon Brando didn't care about this role. He was paid $1 million and he just wanted the dough.
So I can bring home the bacon.
He said, why don't I play this like a bagel? Brando's performance. It just made no sense. It was disappointing. So when Superman got weak in Superman 2, that was traumatic. Agree or disagree?
Agree. Every time I watch it, I can't believe it. I'm like, what are you doing?
What is happening?
Yeah.
He did it to be with Lois, right?
So he could fuck her without killing her.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gave up his powers for Lois.
What are you doing?
And then guess what? Turns out he can go back into that UV infrared chamber and just get him back.
Yep. 80s logic. Gotta love it.
Yep.
Didn't he spin the world around and change back time because Lois died in the first one? He wasn't able to save her? That was cool.
Lois died. He couldn't get there in time. He got really pissed off. flew really fast around the Earth till it reversed rotation, and he turned back time.
I'll give it all to you. It made sense to me too. It was cool. Christopher Reeve sold it.
You could hurt something with that.
Okay, he sold it.
Yeah.
Good for you, sir. That's the spirit. See, he doesn't really want to hurt anybody.
Uh-huh.
I liked how Christopher Reeve played Clark Kent. He was great as Clark Kent. Again, the 80s logic of, you really don't know?
Yeah, he had glasses on.
See, what I love about Dan is the suspension of disbelief is solid with you. You are a diligent boy.
Well, listen, he had glasses on and combed his hair a little different. You can't tell. Hey, you remember the part where that kid playing on the railing at Niagara Falls and then fell?
Yes, that freaked me out. Yeah.
That freaked me out too, but it's like, if I were Superman, I might change outfits, fly down, rescue the kid, and fly him right over to CPS instead of giving him back to his parents.
Yeah.
Where are they? Why are they letting him do that? Oh, this could have happened to anybody. All these kids go to the other side of the railing and fuck around.
You know, it'd be also kind of funny is if he just put him back and then the kid kept falling, like did it over and over again.
That was fun. No consequences.
And then Superman's like, you know what? Let him die. He can't save everybody. That's part of the Superman curse too. That's why Pa Kent, he had a heart attack.
Oh no.
So what could Superman do? He didn't know how to spin around at that point.
To turn back time?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's different. What's he going to do? Turn back time and then try just watch him die again?
Yeah.
It's not like he's going to stop rocks from falling on him like Lois.
Like in Groundhog's Day when the guy kept dying, Bill Murray's carrying the character and he's like, come on, Pops. Come on, Pops. He starts making out with the character, the old man. Come on.
Yes. Yeah.
Come on, Pops. He starts giving him mouth to mouth. He's like,
Speaking of saving Pa Kent, you know that infamous scene in Man of Steel. He's like standing there getting ready to get sucked up by a tornado because he had to go back and save the dog. And Clark could have saved him. And he's like, nope, don't give up your secret for me. I hate your mother and I want to go now.
Let me just go into the great void.
I'm sorry, but listen, I love my son and I would feel the same way. Like the world's not ready to see you. But if I was in that situation, I'd be like, get your ass over here. Come on.
Yeah.
Just do it super fast. No one's going to see.
Logic.
That movie sucks.
I actually really liked the opening on Krypton. I thought that was cool.
With Russell Crowe?
Yeah, I think they made Krypton really cool.
You always have to look at the bright side of things, Dan. The Man of Steel didn't deliver on the promise. I thought it was building to something cool. And then when Batman v Superman came out, I'm like, he doesn't really know what he's doing with this character. What if Superman lived in the real world, but it's really not the real world? There's no humor to the movie, too.
Batman's got kryptonite and Iron Man type suit, and he wins the fight. He's about to kill him, but then he hears Martha.
What does that mean?
Wait, what did you just say?
Why did you say that name?
Me? You?
Your mom has the same name as my mom? This changes everything. Come here, buddy.
Martha won't die tonight.
Come here, buddy. Oh, my mom's name was Martha, too.
I had a total change of heart. The whole film, I'm trying to destroy you.
I have thought you were a disgusting alien, too powerful for anything, destroyed Metropolis and the Wayne building over there. All my employees died because of your stupid fight. But your mom was named Martha? Let's go get a sandwich.
Bring it in. Let's make another movie together. Let's call it Justice League. How good was Henry Cavill's mustache being CGI'd out of Justice League?
They did a great job.
The fact that they couldn't figure that out. It was just like popping around. He looked like he had a cleft lip. Thanks, Joss Whedon. How did you feel about Superman Returns?
I liked it. I liked how they paid such great homage to the original films.
I call it homage.
What?
Homage.
I call it homage.
You would.
I prefer the term homage.
What are you, British? Do you call herbs herbs?
Yes.
But yeah, when I saw the opening title sequence and they had the same music, kind of like graphics flying at you, I'm just like, oh, they're doing it right. Specifically cast Brandon Routh because he looked like Christopher Reeve.
He looked like a neoclassical Christopher Reeve. Wasn't quite as handsome, though.
Wouldn't it be funny if they just had him play Superman and then they CGI'd over his face to make him Christopher Reeves?
I would like it. The only problem I had with Superman Returns was it was shit.
The fuck?
No, it wasn't shit. I was so excited, but I didn't like Kevin Spacey. It was riddled with problems, Dan.
It was not a perfect movie, but it had its high points. I love that scene where he rescues the airliner.
That was cool. In 2006, Out Magazine had an article, "Is this new Superman movie a gay movie?" The film's director, Bryan Singer, who is gay, insisted to Reuters that Superman is probably the most heterosexual character in any movie ever made. Whatever that means. He goes on, an essential characteristic of the superhero mythology is there's the superhero, and then there's the alter ego, Bill says. Batman is actually Bruce Wayne. Spider-Man is actually Peter Parker. When he wakes up in the morning, he's Peter Parker. He has to put on a costume to become Spider-Man. It is in that characteristic that Superman stands alone. Superman did not become Superman. Superman was born Superman.
My son, surely you cannot deny that feeling.
No. I cannot.
I get it. I see the point there. Yeah. I mean, more than Spider-Man, you could definitely say that about Batman. I mean, Batman, he was just some little rich shit.
Look what you did, you little jerk.
Then he had to learn martial arts and invest in a bunch of gadgets.
You know, try so hard not to kill people, but wanting to just kick the shit out of them.
Teach Alfred how to use a fucking computer.
Master Bruce, the computer is hard.
I don't deserve you, Alfred.
No, sir, you don't.
Listen, you old man.
I'm sick of your shit. Dan, I'm going to give you fun facts about Superman, and then we'll talk about the new movie. How about that?
Okay, go.
Superman was sold for $130 by the creators in 1938.
Oh, yeah.
Heartbreaking deal. They spent the rest of their lives trying to win it back, but never did.
Loser.
Imagine that, creating Superman and then getting nothing in return. Kryptonite was invented for a radio actor's vacation.
Bye, Felicia.
So it didn't actually originate in the comics. It was because Superman's actor, Bud Collyer, had to take a break.
Bye, Felicia.
And so the writers had Superman encounter kryptonite because he became too weak to speak. And it let another actor fill in with groans while Superman was incapacitated.
So the whole episode, Superman, what do you think about this green rock kryptonite? And some other guy was just like, for a whole episode. That's great.
Superman versus the Ku Klux Klan.
Is he fighting against their racist ways?
Your powers combined, I am Captain Planet.
That's right. In 1946, he took on the KKK in a 16-part radio serial called Clan of the Fiery Cross. And it was inspired by an activist who wanted to expose the KKK.
A gay chapter of the Ku Klux Klan.
And it mocked and demystified the Klan to the public. A superhero literally fighting intolerance.
You know, I bet that was actually a hard fight because I know one of Superman's weaknesses besides kryptonite is magic. And I don't know if you know this, but higher-ups in the KKK are grand wizards. Hey, did you know this? I don't know if it's on your list in front of you, if I'm spoiling anything, but did you know Superman originally wasn't intended to be able to fly? So that whole line, he can leap tall buildings in a single bound. He could jump really high because he was so powerful. And his legs were so powerful. But then in one of the first couple of issues, one of the animators thought that the intention was that he could fly. So he drew him flying. And then it just became that he could fly.
What a happy accident. Dan, how did you feel when Superman died?
He did.
Do you remember that storyline?
I do. Again, good old Uncle Gary bought me that issue of the comic book, which I kept in the plastic and then eventually it got thrown out.
Glad you kept it.
Yeah. I was like, are you for real?
Superman is dead.
Actually, he bought me 2 copies. I kept one in the plastic and I opened one to read it. And then they both got thrown out.
Thanks, Stacy.
But yeah, this can't be. This is impossible.
I declare bankruptcy!
And why?
Did he have the long hair before he died or after?
I think before. I'm trying to remember.
Maybe they decided to kill him because he's trying to grow out his hair.
Hippie.
It's against the American credo.
You damn dirty hippie.
He tried to go hippie. Did we know that Superman was going to come back, or was he just dead?
Bye, Felicia.
He was just dead, and then nobody knew if he was coming back or not. Then he did.
Welcome back.
How long did it take for him to come back?
Oh, I want to say it was at least a month or 2, something like that.
Nobody was pissed. Imagine nowadays with the internet.
Canceled.
Oh, God, yeah.
Thank you. May I have another?
They couldn't handle it. People freak out about his costume.
His cowl is terrifying.
They're so up their own asses about the costume. Just chill out about how good Henry Cavill's costume is. He's a little too sequency for me.
Hey.
Good Lord, take it easy with Henry Cavill. Stop running his D.
Did you watch that Flash movie with the multiverse stuff?
Yeah.
Beside the horrible CGI, I liked the movie.
Guess what? I did too.
Oh, good. What just made me think of that is actually seeing the Nicolas Cage Superman with the long hair as that cameo.
Have you ever been dragged to the sidewalk and beat until you pissed blood?
That was my peak thinking that Superman's going to come. You know, I'm 12 years old and I really thought it was going to happen. It was such a tease.
Stop it.
Tim Burton did such a great job with Batman.
It was before Batman 4, which derailed things. I think Superman was derailed because Superman 4 was such a disaster. But Batman and Robin derailed it even further with that film. I don't know why it kind of flamed out, because Tim Burton was going to do Superman Hologram or whatever the fuck it was called. What was it called?
Superman,
Flashman, Super Guy.
I'm a fun guy.
Super Nic Cage. What a strange choice. I was so on board with it.
Excuse me. Hi.
Kevin Smith is awesome.
$15, little man. Put that shit in my hand.
I didn't understand half of what Clerks was about, but I just knew they were talking about Superman. Pretty radical dude. He's a righteous dude.
Geeks, sluts, bloods, wastoids, dweebies, dickheads, they all adore him. They think he's a righteous dude.
Dan, Superman could erase memories. I forgot about that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That's how he was able to get Lois to forget about his secret identity. Do you remember that?
Ladies and gentlemen, if you will, look right here.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And also, I'm looking at a Superman comic, and it says, "Are you sure you want to go through with this, Lois?" Yes, Superman. Close the body mold and switch on the power. He puts her in this little tomb, and then Lois Lane comes out as a black woman.
I don't like white people. I hate rednecks. You people are rednecks. That means I'm enjoying this shit.
It's important that I live the next 24 hours as a black woman.
It's like Tyra Banks in the fat suit to see what it's like.
Canceled.
I was thinking just that. Guess what? I have to pee. Does Superman take bathroom breaks?
And I take that the rest of your bodily functions are what we consider normal?
No.
Doesn't need to.
He just reabsorbs it.
Ooh. And he turns it into gold?
It actually charges his laser eyes. He's pissing on you through his eyes when he does that.
Urine!
Pee.
No! Let's talk about why we're all here.
There's a new Superman movie coming out.
Let's get it on.
Superman.
Miss Lane.
Yes, it's coming out in less than a month. And let me ask you this, Dan. Number one, how are you feeling about it? And number two, what do you need for it to be great?
Okay. We've seen a lot of teaser trailers and stuff online. James Gunn has taken that route of comic book style Superman, where he lives in a world full of heroes. So it's not just Superman in Metropolis, you know? We're going to see the Green Lantern. We're going to see Hawk Girl.
Yeah, it's not gritty, reality based.
Crypto's even in it. You gotta be kidding me. So he really went like comic inspired, which I think is a good move. It's different. You're not trying to reboot the realistic shit again. And for me to be satisfied, there needs to be Superman in it. And that's about it.
Let's be grateful that Superman's coming back.
Come on!
We were getting close to having another Cavill Superman, and I was done. No! I was happy when they didn't even show Superman's face in Shazam, and it was just Superman at the cafeteria, and you kind of just saw his silhouette. As long as it's not Cavill, I'm done with Cavill. I'm so done with the internet, the Snyder bots, infiltrating social media. Don't at me.
I'm not a fake person!
All right, you fucks. I don't want to know you. You have been propping up the Justice League for too long, and you got a freaking movie made out of it. During COVID. Yeah, that's right. Come for me.
Talk is cheap, motherfucker!
James Gunn has everything riding against him. People want him to fail. They tried to cancel him once.
When you're taking something over like Superman, there's a lot on the line. There's a lot of people that are just going to nitpick.
They are going to nitpick.
Actually, I saw something online today that there was like some kind of Reddit post where their Snyder fans were like, leave as many bad reviews on websites as you can, reserve tickets, but don't finish the purchase so that people can't go see the movie. And then James Gunn responded and he said, stop! I think we'll be fine. I'm not worried about the 8 guys that listen to that guy.
What is this coming from? The anti-Superman narrative? Is it the right-wingers not liking James Gunn's politics?
People just got used to Henry Cavill, people that are younger than us, so they grew up with Cavill being Superman. It's just not right. This isn't Superman anymore. I want Cavill and Affleck and Gadot.
Gadot? We want some Gadot? Gadot. Well, you're an idiot, you know? Oh, no, not you. The only reason that I have faith in James Gunn is he's done some movies that I love. I love Guardians of the Galaxy, especially the third one. I thought knocked it out of the park. I loved the Suicide Squad movie. He mixes humor and absurd visuals, and he just knows what he's doing.
And he's always got a killer soundtrack.
Oh, he is one step in nostalgia, and he's got one step towards the future. Not to be glib.
Yeah, how many legs does this guy have?
8 legs. He's a Spider-Man. His brother is a very good Celebrity Jeopardy player. He dated Pam from The Office. They got married, and then they got divorced.
Really?
Yep. He dyed his hair brown, and now he's a silver fox. I wonder when he actually went gray. Not important. Okay, so you just need Superman to be in it. I'm already bought and sold on this movie, and I'm going to defend it. I think I'm a stan.
The biggest fan. It's a stan.
I like the choice of Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane, too. She's good.
She's perfect, and they haven't nailed Lois Lane in a while. Amy Adams, sorry. Who was in 06? She didn't really work either.
Kate Bosworth.
Bosworth, another Brit. Okay, we're going fully American here. Some people say that Superman's not relevant anymore. Some people say that he's bygone from another time. Out of time, he's done. We have all these other Skibbity Toilet.
Yes, yes. Oh, yeah. Skibbity Toilet, Bluey. You know Bluey.
I've heard of him. I don't know what he does. We live in a time that's too cynical for Superman. That's what they say.
They're going to be proven wrong.
We're going to prove you wrong. Let's do a box office prediction, Dan. What do you predict for this Superman movie?
Domestic or worldwide?
Well, let me just pull up the numbers here. Man of Steel made, I think, between 500 and 600 million. Superman v. Batman made about 800. Superman Returns, I made 400 or 500. It was looked at as a flop.
Well, worldwide, I think it's breaking $1 billion.
Whoa. Oh, shit. Okay. That's all I need to know. What about domestic?
450, 475.
So it's one of the most expensive movies ever made. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Are you having an orgasm?
Bada bing, bada boom, bada ba.
363 million reported budget.
Damn. You tell James Gunn he's the head of the whole fucking DC universe. Okay, blank check, thank you.
He's their feek. Tracking at about 130 opening. Let's give it a $200 million opening. Let's do that. Can we do it? No, we can't. I'm going to say it's 150 opening, just enough to be successful. Because there's a lot of hate coming on.
Yeah, whatever. Everybody hates everything nowadays. It's the fucking internet.
The fuck?
Fuck you, internet. Matheson. Well, Dan, any closing thoughts for Superman?
Yeah, I'm glad the red underwear outside of the pants is back.
Me too.
You know why he initially was drawn that way, right?
No.
It was to imitate circus strongmen.
He's my strongman.
I think the cast looks great. I love that so many heroes are included. I can't wait to see how they're all tied in. If I see that the opening weekend isn't what it should be,
right,
I'll go see it 50 times just to help them out.
We're here for you, Gunman. If anyone wants to come at Superman, Henry Cavill included, we can be friends. But if you try it, don't even try it, Schneider, with those stupid leather boots you have. Enough. Stay in your Netflix purgatory.
Bye, Felicia.
And let's close it out with a little bit of Superman sounds.
Superman.
Down. See you later, Dan.
See you later, man.
Big Willie styles all in.